legumes and beans.
Right.
I love cruciferous vegetables, and there are so many people out there that struggle with them for those digestive issues. So it's worth a try just to see if it works for you, because then you could reincorporate these healthy foods into your diet, which would be fantastic. Dairy and lactose tolerance. There are several products on the market. Again, it's an enzyme, and it's an enzyme that's designed to basically digest the offending component, and that offending component is lactose. So it's a very straightforward product. It's a little 2-piece capsule. For some folks, what they do is they open up that capsule. It's this little capsule here. They'll open up the capsule, and they might put it into milk or cream, but the best thing to do is when you're having any of those foods, you just have to have it, and you can see it's an ultra fine powder, which ensures it goes to work immediately. You just have to have it at the same time that you're consuming those foods, either just before, say within 30 minutes of starting that meal, or within, say, 30 minutes to an hour of finishing that meal, when it comes to bean and veggie gas relief, or when it comes to dairy and lactose. As you can see, those ultrafine powders will be available within moments to go to work. That's why I can never understand those products when they're in tablets. To digest a tablet that's supposed to help you immediately digest something you already ate, it doesn't seem like the best way to go about it.
You know, we talked about being skeptical in life, and you know, it's healthy to be skeptical about what we see. It's also astonishing how trusting many of us are when we see the glossy advertising, the marketing out there. It's easy to be pulled in, Andrew.
Well, I think for me, we were talking before about the fact that, you know, all of us will sometimes hope and will try anything once. And I think that's something that's human nature. We want to trust, we want to be able to trust, even though I think sometimes the world of the internet has told us we have to be careful. But what I'm most proud of here at HSN, our products have by far the lowest return rate.
They do.
And by far the highest reorder rate. That I'd probably say any single product we feature during a visit, I'd say minimum 90%, likely higher, are reorders. So for me, that's the testament to a product. Anyone, and certainly not the case with me, but folks will say what they need to say to encourage you to try their product. For me, I try to give very objective information, because I don't want you to try the product as much as I want you to feel you were informed to try the product, so then you'll continue to benefit from it in the future. You don't need to be sold to try something. You need to be educated and informed to decide to try something.
And on that note, we're going to head over to a product that often gets a lot of grunts and groans and growls from folks when you talk about fiber products, Andrew. Yours is different, right?
Well,